Do you hear that? That is the sound of our 10-year-old air conditioner. We bought that in 2015 when we lived in our second German house together. We lived in an older house, and it was super hot that summer. And I just couldn't bear it because the room where my computer was would just get ungodly hot. And we didn't have any Rollodens in there, so we went and bought that, and actually works pretty well. And then three years later, we bought another air conditioner because we were still living in that old house. And one day I just got tired of waking up in sweat. Even though it was August, and in Germany by September usually you need a jacket, I just said, damn it, let's go buy another air conditioner. So we did. And in the house that we lived in, we had to use hot air stoppers, which are they're like fabric strips that you put in the window to keep the hot air out, because we didn't have balconies in that house. This house has balconies, so it's not really practical to use those hot air stoppers. But also I don't want to have to scrub the glue off, because you have to glue them on. So anyway, this is a long lead-in. If you saw my post the other day, you saw that I was complaining about the air conditioner, and we did replace it yesterday. We also got a new mattress. Our old mattress was 16 years old, and it had two deep valleys on them, and in the middle there was like a hill where we hadn't been sleeping. And I just got really fed up, and I told Bill, we need a new mattress. Go to AFES and buy a new mattress. We've been putting it off because we live in Germany. We have an American bed, and European mattresses are a different size, and I didn't want to have to buy a new bed and buy new sheets and buy all this other crap. So we put it off, and I just finally got fed up, and I said, go get a new mattress. So we did. And this morning we woke up fairly well rested and, I don't know, in a moderately decent mood. And there is a point to my relating this short story. I just wrote a blog post. Hi, Boise's here. I just wrote a blog post about a YouTube creator that I discovered a few years ago. They are physical therapists, Bob and Brad. You may have seen them. They have several million subscribers. And I discovered them because I was having problems with one of my shoulders. It was, I'm not really sure what was wrong with it, but I was going through a period where I couldn't reach behind my back comfortably. If I tried, it would hurt a lot. And kind of made hygiene a challenge in the morning. Although about an hour after I got up, then it would be all right. The pain would go away, and I could move normally again. And now that I think about it, it probably had something to do with that crappy mattress that we had. Because it was always in the morning, and I would wake up and the shoulder would it would almost be like it was frozen or something. But I found Bob and Brad because I was trying to figure out what to do about my shoulder. And I really liked their channel. And anyway, a few years ago, they announced that Bob was no longer going to be making videos because he had cerebellar ataxia, and it affected his gait and his speech and his ability to focus his eyes. So they brought in a new guy to work with to work with Brad. And I have to admit, I haven't really been watching their channel so much lately because I haven't really been needing to, but I did just see the video they made about Bob passing away. He died on the 6th of this month. And that's the third death of somebody I've heard about that wasn't like a celebrity. A couple of my friends lost parents this past week. And my mother had a birthday last week. She turned 87. I called her up and she didn't answer. And I'm not surprised about that because I have to call her using Skype, which I won't be able to do much longer because they just retired Skype, but I had money on there, so they're letting you use your money up. So I tried to call her and she didn't answer, and it could have been because she was out doing something or because she's wary of scammers. But I'm going to have to try to call her today because watching that video by Bob's son was rather inspirational, and I just wanted to share it with the few people who are going to watch this video. His son made a comment that I thought was rather profound. He said that his father, who donated organs when he passed away, he said, don't wait to live your life. And I think that's a very good motto, frankly. And I could even tie it to the fact that we had a 16-year-old mattress that we were enduring for all this time. Life is too short for shitty mattresses. I've just got to tell you that. If you have the means to buy a new mattress and you need one, and just do it. Go on and do it. You'll thank yourself for doing it. Bill and I were both much happier this morning. Also, the new air conditioner. We got a new air conditioner. That worked well. It was quiet, and understand that not everybody can do that. I understand that people are having tough times right now, and it's not really the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is if there's something you could do in your life to make it better or to make yourself happier, and you have the means and the ability to do it, you should do it. There's a lot of shitheads out in the world that are they just want to make your life more challenging or more difficult, and you don't have time for it. Who has time for a shitty mattress? Who has time for yet another pointless argument on the computer? Who has time for being annoyed with people who just want to cause problems and make you unhappy or be a hater or whatever? You got a life to live. And there's one thing that my friend, actually not my friend, he is my friend, but my husband, he has decided that he's going to apply to attend the Jung Institute in Küsnacht, Switzerland. This is something he can do distance for many of the classes, but he's fascinated by it. My husband just turned 61 years old, and he's got a very kind heart and a good soul, and he's mostly been working in military defense, and if you've been watching the news lately, you know that that's quickly becoming a joke. So it's time to think about a new direction. And don't know if he's going to turn it into a career. It may just be something he strictly does for himself. But he's fascinated by it. And so he has my blessing. Honestly, he doesn't need my blessing, but he has it. And I want him to be happy. This may be very useful for him. Could be for me too. As for myself, I'm not really sure. I really enjoy making music, and I like to write. Not everybody likes what I do, and many people don't care about what I do, but it's something I do for myself. But I have been kind of wondering, what can I do to make this more fulfilling? And I do like making parodies. They're a lot of fun to make. I don't necessarily like dealing with haters or people that, just come along and leave rude comments or downvotes or whatever just because they don't agree with me. But I still enjoy making the videos, so I'll keep doing that. And I enjoy interacting with people who find them and get use out of what I do. But what else could I do? What else could I do with my time and talents and that would make things more fulfilling and interesting and help me get through this time that we're in? So that's something I'm going to be thinking about. I'll keep practicing guitar. Maybe I'll start making some more original songs. I don't know. I'm truly sorry for the loss of Bob Schrupp, Bob and Brad. I can tell that he was a very much beloved person, and his son really delivered the most touching tribute to him. I'll leave a link in the description so you can see it for yourself. I can just tell that he was, Bob Schrupp's life was very well lived, and he was much adored by many people, and he's an inspiration, even though I never met him. So, with that said, I think I'll get on with the day. Maybe I'll even make a music video today. Sorry. Wow, that was a really dumb... Have a good Sunday.